QuikViews. We've been through so much together. And by that I mean 7 episodes spanning less than half a year. Back in October, I started this show with the intent to review games, as I love game review shows and I love games. And I love game review shows. I initially started with a game called Blues Journey, with the intention of doing short reviews based on games I'm capable of beating. Over time, however, I ended up making episodes that have lasted almost 20 minutes, making the title of my review show a great taste of irony. With that said, though, I'm still keeping the name QuikViews cause, well, it just sounds catchy. However, I'd still like to do some short reviews for games that are light on content but worth discussing, or games that I have no intention on beating for various reasons like difficulty, longevity, or just the simple fact that I don't feel like doing them till the very end. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you all to a new segment of the show called Quik-E QuikViews. And to start this show off proper, let's talk about everyone's favorite plumber.
It's me, Mario!
Good old Mario has been around since as early as 1981, but it wasn't until 1985 that he began to see total recognition with the release of some of the greatest platformers on the market. And those platformers in question are what we're going to take a look at today, starting with the very classic Super Mario Bros. This game was one of the first truly dedicated platform games. Before this, we had Pitfall. But this game took the world by storm with innovations such as one of the first few examples of legitimate longevity and varied level designs. It also came packed with momentum-based gameplay, something that was mostly unheard of at the time. To this day, it still held up surprisingly well. That's not really something you can say for most games that came out at the time. Faults aside, it's still a solid game in the ever-growing Mario series. There is just one question I'd like to ask to this game's creator, Mr. Miyamoto. Can I have what you were smoking while making this? Next up, we have Super Mario Bros. 2, aka The Lost Levels, and really, this is all I need to sum it up.
Hatred seeping out of every form for you. Your fire has made my life a burning hell. Though I have no single drop of royal blood, I know I've been defiled.
So yeah, moving on. Now we have the US Super Mario Bros. 2, the result of what I think was a smart move on Nintendo of America's part. We all know this game was modeled after another game called Doki Doki Panic, also developed by Miyamoto. But after Nintendo of America decided not to release Lost Levels in America due to its brutal difficulty, Nintendo ended up repackaging Doki Doki Panic into the Super Mario Bros. 2 we Westerners know today. And let me just say, as questionable as Inoue's reasons were for not releasing Lost Levels to the US, I can't thank them enough for doing so because I am really glad this game here exists. I can honestly say this is one of my favorite Mario titles of all time. I really like how you have the option of not just Mario and Luigi, but also Toad and Princess Peach herself. Not only that, but they each have their own attributes, which help the game from being too monotonous. I really think more Mario games need to do this because it really helps to fleshing out these characters and the overall gameplay style we're all too familiar with. Seriously, Nintendo, Super Mario Bros. 2 with 4-player co-op. Make it happen. Of course, this wasn't the real sequel to Super Mario Bros., so now let's talk about a real sequel, Super Mario Bros. 3. This is the game that revolutionized both the Mario series and the platformer genre as a whole. Multiple worlds with different themes, more variety and power-ups, more bosses to fight, and tons of secrets to find. Many people to this day still consider this the greatest Mario game of all time. And for me, I think it's good. Not great, but good. To an extent, I do feel the game is overrated, but it does still have some solid qualities. The physics for Mario are significantly better than the original Super Mario Bros., and I do love how this game introduced extra height after jumping on an enemy. I also like how this was the first game where you didn't immediately shrink to small Mario after taking a hit. Again, it's not my all-time favorite Mario game, and probably never will be due to other games that I think have held up better, but I will give credit where credit is due. Well done, number 3. Well done. And last, but certainly not least, we move out of the clunky gray box and into a slightly less clunky purple box, with what I think is the best of the original Super Mario Bros. Games, Super Mario World. And before any of you go, but dude, like, Super Mario World shouldn't count. It's not a NES game, nor has Bros in the title. This game is subtitled Super Mario Bros. 4 in Japan, and its gameplay is near identical. It'd be criminal for it to not be counted. If you've ever heard what this commercial has said about the game, they're 100% right, because this game is all that and then some. It took what was established in Super Mario Bros. 3 and polished it all to the nth degree. Mario's physics are the best in this game, and his additional abilities are much welcome to the experience. While there aren't as many power-ups in this game as SMB 3, the enjoyable brokenness of the Cape Feather more than makes up for it. And we're also introduced to series favorite, Yoshi! He can eat stuff up, kill most enemies in a single jump, and he can manipulate multicolored Koopa shells in unique ways. This adorable steed is so awesome that you'll feel really bad if you end up losing him.
I lost my buddy. The buddy I've only known for 2 straight levels.
I could go on and on about this game, but chances are you all know this game in and out, so I won't say much more. All I'll say is that along with Super Mario Bros. 2, it's one of my fave 2D Mario games, if not my definite fave. That's about all I have to say about the classic 2D Mario games. Thanks for joining me for this new segment of QuikViews, and I hope to see you all for the next episode. Take care.
See you next time!